I think you're going to be really surprised come November 8th. I actually believe I can win this race.
In his 26 years as an elected official, Brian Dahle has never lost a race. He's convinced his candidacy for governor won't be any different, even though he's the David to Gavin Newsom's Goliath.
It's a great state. We just have to have policies makers at the top making the right decisions.
We saw what happened in the recall. Why on earth did you decide to jump into this race?
You know, my family's been in California for 92 years. I've been in the legislature for 10 years. And I love California, and I want my children and your children and everybody's families in California to be able to stay here, number one. And number two, to be able to make the California dream a reality.
For Dahle, that dream means lower costs, less crime, and a better public education system. Upon taking office, Dahle promises to replace the state's parole board, declare a fentanyl-related state of emergency, and work to lower energy and electricity prices in the state. Although he wants the state to produce more oil and gas, he says he's not a climate denier.
I'm a farmer. I want to make sure that we take care of the land. And that's a goal number one. You can't you can't abuse your land and expect it to produce. The difference between my policies and Gavin Newsom's policies is that I don't want to offshore our environment to places like Ecuador, where we're bringing in 24% of our oil from Ecuador, and they're destroying the rainforest. So if you're talking about global warming, it's global.
Another difference between Newsom and Dahle, their stance on abortion. Instead of using the money on himself, Newsom has spent a chunk of his campaign cash on abortion-related ads, billboards, and committees.
Do you think that your campaign would have been easier had the Supreme Court of the United States not overturned Roe v. Wade, had Proposition 1 not been thrown on the ballot and not, have to face these questions really time after time again on this campaign trail?
I'm, somebody who thinks that it's actually it's unfortunate that we are expanding abortion rights in California when we already have laws in place that you can, up to 6 months, you can have an abortion. Do I mind talking about it? No, because at the end of the day, I want to save lives, and I don't want to have people not in a position where they have to make that decision. That's been my goal all along.
Dahle says he would not support funding abortions for women coming from out of state, but would be open to discussions with the Democratic legislature on funding it in state. Newsom and Dahle do agree on a few issues. Both plan on rejecting Proposition 30, which aims to tax the wealthiest Californians for electric vehicle and clean air programs. Both support the measure to ban the sale of flavored tobacco in California. And on drought, both agree there cannot be sweeping state-mandated water cuts.
So at the end of the day, it's supply and demand in most all issues, including water. And in California, we're prone to droughts and floods. We just need to manage our water in a different way.
Before this election, Dahle has had some interactions with Newsom as state senator and governor, respectively, which he notes is part of his way of extending olive branches across the aisle.
I also bring peaches. Most every year I bring peaches down when the crops are good, and I hand out peaches. I gave him a lug of peaches when he was lieutenant governor. He wrote me a nice little note back, said thanks for the peaches, and I invited him to come fishing. I know he likes to fish. As governor, I will have every single legislator in my office. I will build a relationship, and we will try to move on the things that we agree on and make California a place where the California dream can become a reality.
Voters will ultimately decide if defeating Gavin Newsom will actually be his reality. In Sacramento, Ashley Zavala, KCRA 3 News.
And once again, we did reach out to Gavin Newsom's campaign for an interview to help tell the full story of this governor's race. We have yet to hear back. Governor Newsom plans to rally up and down California this week for Proposition 1 and Democrats who are in tight state and congressional races.